I mean, 2 Phoenixes can take that out if he really wants to. I mean, Stalkers could take that out. He didn't have to build the Stargates. He could go for Void Rays, but those are also... None of these will be good against the Hydralisks. So now he's in a bad position. Overseer being morphed here, not really required in case, you know, of anything. Oh, sees the probe, fair enough. Oh, shut up. I'll stop trying to judge people in a game. I'll just explain and commentate on things. The Stargate's being used alternately to produce Phoenixes because you definitely wouldn't want to produce out of them at the same time. The Robo Facility not being used for anything, and the High Templar... Oh, not the High Templar Archives, just the Templar Archives not being used, neither Charge nor Blink being researched. And the Protoss forces moving out here, killing a couple of Zerglings. He knows there's Phoenixes out now, the Zerg. But again, they're not going to be that useful. 3 spine crawlers being built here, so that should definitely help him a lot on defense. He's got 2 queens out, a couple mutas now, so he should be able to hold off this force. 5 zealots and 4 stalkers. It's not a massive attack. Those more zerglings just being produced to help out. These spine crawlers are almost finished. And mben's missed his window of opportunity then. He really should have been pushing out the zerglings at the base, forcing pressure onto dANGh. But unfortunately he's let him rebuild too much. Now there's spine crawlers up in his base, and Phoenix is being produced here. More of them scouting around over the map, going overlord hunting, which is good to see. At least they're being used here. The mutas back at base safely, not going to be sniped out by those Phoenixes, which are still just roaming the map. mben's still got control here. He could go a base ahead of the Zerg easily, just a Zergling chilling out here, taunting the Zerg arm, the Protoss army. Still no further tech, just Hydra's den out there, but that'll be enough. If he can get his economy going. Zerg needs to expand dANGh, but the expansion here from mben is coming, so he's gonna be able to, you know, go on, expand. You got the minerals for it. Do it, boy. Yeah, at least he's gone back onto the gas. I mean, you've got to be thankful for that. There's pretty much nothing being produced at this time. I mean, a couple of sentries just being warped in. He's not even building his expansion. dANGh's forces consist of an Overseer, best combat unit in the Zerg arsenal, and Zerg moving out here. They don't want to be doing that. This is a superior Protoss force. He needs to be inside his base where the support of those spine crawlers is, and then he should be extending his creep highway a little bit. And there's not the Zerg, the Protoss preparing to move in here, and he has got that expansion going up with the Nexus there at the back. These spine crawlers are going to devastate these forces, it seems. There's a couple of sentries. They're going to definitely help from this Hydralisk damage. It's pretty even forces, but these Phoenixes, once they take out the Overseer and Muta, aren't going to be very good, apart from their Graviton Beam. But will that be enough to sway into the favour of the Grand Units of the Protoss? And the Zerg moving in here, lifts here from the Phoenixes onto Hydras, it seems like, and the Zealots there wreaking havoc on the Zerg lines, and the Protoss pushing in here, managing to circumvent those spine crawlers and not take too much damage. The Queen's here taking out the Zealots. All the Zealots are gone, so the but there's no Zergling, well, only a couple of Zerglings left anyway, but these Hydras focusing down these Stalkers. The Phoenix is lifting things up into the air, a couple of Queens, able to do a little bit of damage, but there's Zerglings popping out there and mopping up this force of the Protoss. The Protoss could have made more of that. Almost managed to slide that Hydra den, but not quite. He's got his expansion up now, though. He's an expansion ahead of the Zerg, and that's always a bad position for a Zerg to be in. You either need to be on the same amount of bases or ahead of your enemies on bases. You just cannot be, and especially off the one base play. So he's grabbing that expansion now. It seems dANGh does know this. He doesn't know that he's an expansion behind yet, since he doesn't know this expansion is here, but he must obviously know it, and he's going to say it now, so he's made the right choice. The amount of Zerglings here, these Zealots are going to easily be able to fend them off, but Phoenixes are still being produced. And they were useful, yeah, to a degree, but it would be better to see that supply for the Protoss invested and the money invested elsewhere. I mean, more sentries, more stalkers against those Hydras, get High Templar out into the field, research Storm. Those Hydras won't stand a chance. A Roach Warren is going up here for pretty vulnerable position in my opinion, and stick it somewhere else. Maybe there or something, I don't know, just a little far forward in my opinion. There's 5 Phoenixes out here. You see, 5 Phoenix, you could have more Stalkers instead of that, and the Stalkers would be more effective, more Sentries as well. Sentries would just cut down the damage, and Roaches are being produced now with Spires going back up, so if Mutas start coming out again, it's not going to be too bad. Zerg again looking out, but he's just far too contained by this Protoss force. Every time he tries to move out, the Protoss has the advantage outside of his base. He's able to take out that expansion, or at least deny the expansion, so it's just a matter of time at this rate before dANGh loses. These Phoenixes continuing to pop more Overlords and just push home mben's advantage. That Spire's not going to be helpful when there are Phoenixes out. I don't know why he's bothered to invest money into that, but the Hydra's rushing forwards, trying to take out some Phoenixes and unable to do so. We need to see some more forces here from mben. Researching Zealot charge, not bad against the Hydras, gets you in close quickly, but these Spine Crawlers being moved up here onto the ledge very good is going to make the Protoss movement up this ridge very, very hard. Taking down that Extractor, because he doesn't want any buildings that he can. Protoss level 1 weapons being researched as well. It's going to make a bit of a difference. Those Zerglings, especially with those Zealots, very heavy on Zealots mben all the time, not really investing into Stalkers that much. The Phoenixes, just not worth their money at the moment. The lifts that they can do need to be more major. I mean, lifting up those Roaches would be a little bit of help to his army, but I really feel that this would be better invested in. Come on, change these into Warp Gates, come on. mben, more macro power please. This expansion, semi up and running here, but he's mined out his main, so he's basically just transferred from one base to another, which I can't really judge. That's my style of play. And Storm's being researched now. Glar Constitution as well, which is faster movement speed for Roaches, so yeah, some composite force of Zerglings, Roaches, Hydras, which does work pretty nicely, but unfortunately Protoss does have the higher production power, it seems, and those High Templars are just going to tear those Hydras and Zerglings apart. They'll do some damage to the Roaches, won't be super effective, but it is going to devastate this Zerg army. The Phoenixes are going to be useless, but the High Templar are going to be what swings this and basically changes it into a from a standstill to a win for mben. I mean, he's contained the Zerg all this time. Got ahead on the bases, denied him his expansion, which has been good. The Phoenixes are a bit of a wrong choice, and I just keep going back to that. He shouldn't have made Phoenixes. There's Charge Zealots rushing in there, stopping those Zerglings getting into the Stalkers. Phoenixes lifting up a few Hydras. Storm there, boom! Right onto those Hydras. So much damage to those very squishy Hydras. And all he has to do now, mben, is push. He just needs to push forward, get some more forces, more Zealots, more Stalkers, some High Templars so he's got fresh Storms. And just push. This almost mined out in his main now, dANGh. He's got to take that expansion. Trying to take it, more creep being extended here, but this is a sizable force from mben here. I mean, these High Templar are going to absolutely destroy his army. I mean, we saw one Storm there, but it's just going to be even worse. Hatchery is not going to be able to get down, and it is going to be GG from here for mben. He's moving forward, trying to get these Spine Crawlers, but then, ooh, nice force field on the ramp. There is no reinforcements. This is the army, and it just Storm decimates it. Look, so quickly, so many down. The Zerglings, the Hydras, all very quickly down. Cancelling the hatchery. Hatchery is stopped. And these Spine Crawlers taking out these Zerglings, but unable to hit these Phoenixes up in the air. And those Phoenixes hitting the Roaches, and Archon morphed and send into the front. Very good. Again, doesn't take extra damage for being armoured because it's not armoured. It's just psionic. And doesn't have armor. Very good unit in that respect. It never takes any plus damage. Archons, but I mean, EMP and they're dead. I mean, and that's quite a fair effort to have an Archon that loses his shield and doesn't die. And that's GG there from dANGh. Bad choice on the Phoenixes, but other than that, mben pushed it home. He had the advantage. That base trade turned out very badly for dANGh, and ultimately led to his downfall in this best of one, so mben advances through. Congratulations to him, and we'll see you for the next match I decide to cast.